pussy!
Babe, I love you.
What the particles?
On the barnacles.
Oh, the guy.
Oh my. Welcome to another episode of Glen and Stu. What a week it has been.
Yeah. Has been a whole 7 days.
Let's start off, honestly, let's just focus on that awful boxing event. The boxing event. Dear Lord, the Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley thing. Let's
I guess
start.
I'll go to the people buying that shit.
Off, bring up the fight card. Your phone. Bring up
first one was Tom Fury versus some no name.
Exactly. Tommy Fury had like a 12-1 odd or something. So the odds were unbelievably in Fury's favor. Plus, Fury literally has Tyson as one of his trainers and models, does he not?
I think so. Yeah. So it was
Tyson Fury is one of the greatest in the modern boxing era. So
it was Tommy Fury versus Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, no name Anthony Taylor versus Fury.
Yep, and so Fury won that by unanimous decision.
It was unanimous. I'm surprised it made it all the way though, because Fury knows how to knock people out.
Yeah.
Fury had he had 6 wins, 4 of them being knockouts.
Yeah.
So the odds of him knocking the guy out were pretty good. So good on the other guy for staying up, but clearly unanimous. It was clearly unanimous the whole fight.
Yeah. Then it was that Jordan Love guy versus
Love.
Barachenki or something.
Oh, yeah. That
knockout.
Okay, yeah, the Russian guy was favored to win, was he not? The Russian guy had a lot more wins than this Love guy. But the thing is, they just kept, stunning each other.
Yeah.
And then, eventually, what's his name? Montana Love?
Montana Love or something.
Montana Love, he just,
Hannah Montana or something.
Yeah, Hannah Montana. Eventually, he stunned him, and then he kept going, and that was it. But I mean, the whole fight was just so back and forth that if it went to decision, it would have been split for sure. They were both just throwing, and they were jab, wait, jab, wait, other person, jab. They just kept jabbing each other though. There was no big swings. There were a couple combos, but other than that, they just kept doing little.
Yeah.
And then they'd stun, and then they would never be able to go back on the offensive because the other person would just wrap up. Okay. That's the thing with boxing.
Family reunion.
Every single time you get stunned, they just wrap up. That way, they could, catch their breath and, recuperate themselves. But, God, it ain't no family reunion, man.
Facts.
Stop with that hugging.
And then we had Daniel Dubois versus that Kam Tsunami guy.
Kam Tsunami.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody know how to say his name, but Hubie Dubois.
Yeah, Hubie Dubois knocked his ass out.
Hubie Dubois knocked his ass out 3 times. Man's, first round. Was it first round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got sent to the gulag 3 times.
20 seconds in, first knockdown. It took him 7 seconds to get up after the first knockdown. The second one took even longer. And then, he got knocked down again, and the guy's just hell no, you done. You done, boy.
This shit done.
Man couldn't, I don't even understand how he had so many wins. He got humiliated by this Hubie Dubois guy.
Facts. And then we had probably the worst fight of the night that was supposed to steal the show.
Oh, the
10 rounds of women boxing. That was
women boxing.
So drawn out.
Fest. I wish there, was more blood or something. The girl in the white shorts just pummeled the other lady all night.
Facts.
The fact that I think she was Mexican, or she had a Mexican-looking outfit.
Yeah, it was the one that lost was Mexican, and the other one was Puerto Rican or something.
Anyway, I'm surprised she stayed up.
Yeah,
honestly, she shouldn't have stayed up. She was getting fucking shit pumped.
She's getting pummeled and jumbled for show.
She was. That's the thing. The other lady dominated her from start to finish. I don't know if she won a round. If she won a round, maybe 1 or 2. If that.
I don't think she did. She was just getting fucking clobbered the whole time.
Yeah. So, but good on her for staying up.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Her eyes were swole shut. She was gushing from the cheek, gushing from the nose.
She wasn't seeing a damn thing, but
she wasn't seeing nothing. She was just staying on her feet. And I'm surprised she really survived it all. I thought, at the end she was going to get knocked out, but she stayed up on them toes.
Then it was the main event. Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul.
Worst fight I ever watched. What a snooze fest. God, I can't stand watching Jake Paul box. Well, like, can he just lose already?
Facts. Tyron Woodley got the closest one to knocking his ass out, though. He had him, man. He just didn't want to, like, fucking pounce on him.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, like, it's all just for show. It really is. It's all just for show.
I'm still waiting for Jake Paul to get in, like, an octagon, though. With how much shit he talks to, like, MMA fighters, I'm waiting for him to get in the octagon.
Shit. Get in the octagon.
Yeah.
If that's a fight in the octagon with Woodley, even though he's washed up, which, number one, he's washed up. Of course he's not winning a fucking boxing match. He's a washed up UFC fighter. But no way in hell he is ever gonna win a boxing fight. Man lost, what, 4 straight?
Yeah,
He
4 straight.
He hasn't won a UFC match since he was, what, the title holder?
Probably.
Like, around there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything in forever. Like, why would he be good at boxing? He trained for this fight for what? 3 months? 4 months?
Probably around there.
He's like, Jake Paul's like trains like 6 hours a day every single day. No shit.
Yeah,
he's gonna win.
Tyron still gave him a run for his money. You don't get that twisted or nothing.
Tyron's not a boxer. In his pro debut, that's the thing. People keep acting like just because Tyron Woodley has knockout power means he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
All right. That means because you gotta
get the technique. He didn't really know when to strike.
That's like saying if you're like super tall, you're automatically a good basketball player. Like, that sounds retarded.
Facts.
That's the same situation as Tyron Woodley's in. Sure, he's strong as hell. He knows how to punch. Okay.
Man's just fucking.
So what? He's wearing a different type ounce gloves than MMA gloves.
Yeah.
MMA gloves are basically just hard pillows over your knuckles. That's it. That's the only thing to MMA gloves. And then you move into the boxing gloves, and they're like these giant, like Mr. Krabs claws.
What,
You can
barnacles?
And again, like you said last night, you could tell Tyron Woodley don't care about this fight that much because he's wearing these Everlast boxing gloves.
He didn't even have the effort to get custom gloves. He
didn't-
had like,
yeah.
it looks like he went to Walmart and got like a fucking 16-ounce fucking.
I literally have those same gloves at my house.
Facts.
Like,
Man's got them
for
on the
sure.
Facebook Marketplace before the fight.
Facts. Like,
Put
you
some
can
orange
tell he
tape
don't
on
care.
it.
You can tell he don't care.
But I think the funniest thing about the fight was afterwards when Tyron Woodley called out Jake Paul for a rematch. Jake Paul was fucking terrified. He was timid.
Facts.
And then Logan, I think the
you gotta get your brother to come in here
The
and
best
defend
part
your
was
ass.
Logan Paul trying to step in saying, we're on to bigger things. Logan, you haven't won a fucking fight yet.
Yeah.
What are you on to? You fought a midget and couldn't win.
You drew against KSI, a fucking FIFA YouTuber.
Yeah, and you lost to him.
You lost to a FIFA YouTuber. All right.
Facts.
You fought Floyd Mayweather with what? Like a 40-pound weight advantage
And like a
and like a
40 foot.
probably a foot.
No, like two apples.
So what? Logan Paul is what? 6'3"?
He's fucking massive, but
Yeah, he's like
he doesn't have a
6'3".
win. So
He's like 6'3". Floyd Mayweather's 5'8".
yeah.
How's your ass not winning, man?
But I think like I just don't get how Logan Paul was trying to step in there and like say we're on to bigger things. Logan, you haven't won a fucking fight yet, and it was a split decision for a Jake Paul win. So at least one judge had Tyron Woodley winning. So why wouldn't you do a rematch? Jake Paul thought he won everything, and it should have been fucking no split decision. He was the clear cut winner, and Woodley thought he won. Which of course the loser's gonna think they won unless they got KO'd.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to do another fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. But Jake Paul was trying to say he wants a break. Like, shut the fuck
You
up.
want a break from what? For what?
to get his
bro?
damn stamina up. He was dead after 4 rounds. Jake Paul,
Hit a treadmill, bro.
man, if he don't get the knockout in like 3 rounds, he's done. He's toast. Just Tyron Woodley didn't want to finish him.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only reason he quote unquote won. It's because he won in the first 3 rounds because he used all his energy.
yeah, no, Woodley could have easily knocked him out. He just didn't like take the opportunities that Jake Paul gave him.
Mm-hmm.
He was too passive with it.
Which makes sense because he's an MMA fighter. He's not a boxer.
Yeah, no, but round 8 he should have came out swinging and he didn't. Like, he was still being passive in round 8 where he needed a knockout.
I don't know. But people acted like that was a good fight. Like, that was a garbage fight. That was a trash fight. From start to finish, that was a trash fight. Jake Paul has Tyron Woodley with these little combos, these little jab things look like me when I'm play fighting with my cat. Like,
PP got more fucking hit power than Jake
Facts,
Paul. Looks
man.
like. That's the other thing, man.
PP can take a hit.
Hey, man, like, Jake Paul was not phasing Tyron Woodley with any of his hits. Like,
nothing.
Woodley was eating those.
Nothing phased Woodley. None of them.
Woodley just kept going.
You got these heavy-ass gloves, and, like, you have all these open hands. You tagged him with an uppercut, and it didn't phase him. You hit him with an uppercut right on the chin, and it didn't phase him. That's some pussy shit right there.
Thanks.
If you can't phase someone with a boxing glove uppercut, what the hell are you doing? How?
Thanks.
How? Those things weigh like a pound. If you're swinging that and you're tagging someone right on the chin, that's gotta phase him a little bit. Nope, not Woodley, because it's a weak punch. It's a weak punch.
Yeah.
Man needs to hit, like...
And they didn't call that, when Woodley, like, knocked Jake Paul through the ropes with that punch, they didn't call that a knockdown either. Those ropes aren't there.
not.
Jake Paul's face is on the damn canvas.
Exactly. That's an octagon, he's down. That's because it's a fucking 6x6, like, box that they're living in, man.
Yeah, no, he was clinging onto those ropes for damn dear life.
Yeah, put that in an octagon, he's down. That's the difference, though. Tyron Woodley, like, wins because he pounces in the octagon, and he can jump on the guy and start beating his face in from over top of him. In boxing, you're standing up. You got the ropes to lean against. Like, Tyron Woodley was never winning that fight. Like, he was never the favorite to win the fight.
Yeah.
Everyone knew he wasn't going to win the fight. Like, deep down, we all knew Paul was going to win the fight. Number one, publicity. Number two, he's a boxer. Okay? Like, he hasn't fought an actual boxer yet, but he is a boxer.
Yeah.
He's a boxer. He's not fighting
Well, he's
boxers.
been boxing for, like what, 3 years now?
Yeah. He's been boxing 3 years.
He wants to fight.
But
Who's
he's
that
been
guy
boxing
he wants to
4
fight?
months.
He wants to fight, like, the best boxer in the world right now.
Who?
Canelo or something? No. What's his name?
At a cruiserweight?
I don't know.
Like,
Probably fucking flyweight, featherweight.
Jake
Paul probably wants.
about.
Yeah, well, Jake Paul probably wants to fight that girl boxer next.
She would kick his ass.
Too much experience.
She would kick his ass.
No, he wants to. Is it like, I don't know what the fuck the person's name is, but there's like a boxer.
I
don't
have no
know.
idea.
I feel like it's Carmelo something.
Could be. But, like, regardless.
He still wants to fight McGregor. Like, why the fuck? Like,
Why would you fight Conor McGregor?
why do you want to fight so much MMA people in boxing? Like,
Stop
don't fight.
boxing.
Like,
Do an MMA. Do MMA. Do MMA. You're not winning a single fight in
At-
MMA.
at this
not a
rate-
single one.
like,
I don't care if it's MMA against me. You're not winning the fight.
yeah, no.
Like-
if he wants to fight McGregor, I would say he has like more leverage than Jake Paul. People like Conor McGregor way more.
Oh,
Like, I'd like Jake Paul. You're not Floyd Mayweather. Like, you're not. I don't think it's gonna be that easy to get Conor back in the fucking boxing ring.
bro.
Like,
You're a YouTuber.
I just don't get why. Like, every time he's fighting one of these MMA people, he brings up their MMA losses that they have right now. Saying, "Oh, you just lost 4 MMA fights in a row." Then why the fuck did you pick them?
Yeah.
Pick somebody who's on a winning streak or something.
Prove something. You haven't proved nothing. You fought a basketball player. Who else did he fight?
He fought Deji.
Oh, Deji.
Deji made him bleed.
Yeah, but Deji's fat.
No,
Deji
he wasn't
Deji
as fat
has-
for that fight, but
Okay.
he still had. He
You
was
fought
still. He was still
Deji.
big.
Deji got no conditioning.
Hey man,
zero
he's a nice
conditioning.
left tackle though.
Zero conditioning. All right. You fought Ben Askren, who's a 40-year-old dad
Who
clearly
had a
doesn't
hip
go to the gym.
replacement like 3 months before the fight.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Clearly never went to the gym.
A basketball player.
Had no care at all for the fight.
Yep.
If you watch his training, it's a joke. It's a joke. He
No,
took it
okay.
for the joke. He took his $1 million and he's like, and I'm going back to the hotel with my wife, my daughter, and pizza. Well, he did not care.
Yeah.
And then he fights Tyron Woodley, a washed up UFC fighter.
No, we're missing some. The first one was Deji. Then after Deji, he fought that a
Nate-
Nissan Gib.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have not counted.
No, it did.
But his record was 3-0.
I don't know why they didn't count that. There's no headgear.
It must have been exhibition.
No, he's 4-0 now.
Yeah, he's 4.
Woodley, Askren, Nate Robinson, and Nissan Gib. The Deji one doesn't count because that was amateur.
So Deji don't count?
No, they had headgear. That one was amateur.
Okay, so Deji don't count.
But so he fought Deji. Well, it was still a fight.
Okay.
He fought Deji, won because Deji's team threw in the towel.
Yeah. So he's fought 2 FIFA YouTubers. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
No, and a Nissan Gib. That's when he was shit at boxing.
Yeah.
He was just like crouched down the whole time. Like
Facts. Get this Gib guy fighting more.
Gib got better. He was
him
fucking.
fight. He's good.
And he swings. He
He's
swings.
Good. He was good.
Yeah. So he fought Deji, then a Nissan Gib, then a fucking basketball player.
Yeah.
That is the size of Muggsy Bogues.
A retired midget basketball player
Yep.
who's what? Again, he's like 36.
Yeah, he was up there.
He's old.
Then Ben Askren, 40-year-old, who had a hip replacement.
Yeah.
Who is not a striker, not known as a striker.
He's the worst striker in MMA, like, in the modern MMA history.
And then he fought Tyron Woodley.
And then he fought a 39-year-old washed-up boxer who hasn't been good in 5 years. He hasn't been good at his own thing in 5 years. Why would he be good at a different thing? Makes no sense. Challenge yourself, bro. I don't know if you enjoy the safety or something, but you've never.
He said he's too smart to fight a boxer that can knock him out.
He's too smart?
He's too smart.
Oh, yeah.
He's too smart.
He's too smart to prove himself,
He's
to challenge himself.
He's too smart to have an actual fight.
You know, even if you got your shit pumped by a good fucking boxer,
He'd get more.
I would give you some respect for fighting a fucking boxer.
He would get
At
more
least you
respect,
would get some respect.
for fighting an actual professional boxer
Yeah.
and getting his ass beat than
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
another MMA fighter.
Yes. Stop fighting people that aren't fucking boxers.
I'd be more
dude.
impressed if he got his ass kicked by a damn fucking professional boxer than if he knocked out another MMA fighter.
Yeah.
It's just two different fucking
Fight.
things.
I don't care if you fight the worst fucking boxer there is. I don't care. I don't care if you fight someone that's lost 5 boxing fights. I will give you some respect for finally taking on a boxer.
I still want to see him versus Logan Paul.
The Paul versus Paul?
Yeah,
That will never happen.
The parents won't let that happen.
Parents? Who gives a fuck? They're grown men.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit what the parents say. Like, all I'm saying is fight a boxer. Fight a boxer. You don't get my respect or, like, anyone's respect until you fight a boxer. You're fighting... I don't want to see Woodley versus Paul again. I don't give a shit about that.
If Woodley learns how to pounce on somebody,
Maybe if Woodley learns some boxing, do it in 6 months from now. Maybe. But, again, like, Woodley, that's his only experience boxing, and it was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
So, sparring isn't going to do him much good. He's, like, Woodley needs, like, an exhibition fight or something. Like, it's different. It's not, like, he's not a boxer, so he's not going to get as good as Paul in 6 months.
No.
Paul's been training every single day for 3 years. Every single day, except for like 1. He trains 6 days a week for like 4+ hours every single day. Like, of course he's not going to be like, of course Woodley's not going to be up to Paul's level.
No.
Of course. He's not training as much. He doesn't care as much. He's old. He's already proved himself as a great MMA fighter. There's no way in hell he's ever going to be a great boxer. He's 39 years old. He's washed up. He's out of his prime. Why would he ever be good competition? Why, like, the only thing he had going for him was knockout power, which
and he has a big name.
Yeah, Paul just took him because he's a big name in the MMA world. Exactly. In the MMA. Fight him in MMA then.
Scary.
Fuck. Like,
We don't want to.
how about next fight in MMA? Let's see what happens there. 4 months. You get 4 months to train. All right, and you get to go fight Woodley in his profession. Difference is, Woodley's washed up. You're on a winning streak.
Yeah.
So, technically, you should have the advantage, shouldn't you? Because you thought Woodley had the advantage somehow.
Yeah.
Man has knockout power. That's it. So does a fucking football player. Go take a shit football player. They have knockout power. All right, they're probably strong as hell.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson KO and Jake Paul in like fucking first round.
Man, he's got that elusive speed. Get skinny.
He's got the head movement.
Exactly.
His hair.
But like, it's all just a show.
Yeah.
It really is all just a show. That's why I'd rather watch MMA over boxing any day. Especially this. Like, I'll watch that YouTube boxing because I know that shit's not a show.
Facts.
Sure, like, they want lots of viewers, they want lots of money, but it's two guys that have the same level, like, training time, the same experience, like, probably the same skill level, and they're fighting each other. And they're actually fighting. They're not busy, like, trying to outweight. They're not being passive. They don't care if they win or lose. Because, like, it's not their profession. They don't care. If they lose, it's 10 times more entertaining. They actually fight, like, and, like, if they lose, they take the loss. If they win, they're happy, like, but if they lose, they don't really give a shit, unless it's Deji. Deji was pissed because he was fat and had no condition, but, like...
Come on, Dej.
How's that six-pack going, by the way? Like,
hey, don't worry about it. Takes time.
Anyway, like, all I'm saying is, like, it's just, it's not cool to fight people who aren't the same kind of athlete as you. It's, like, I just don't get a point. I don't get the point of it.
That's weird. White. I don't know why he just doesn't fight a boxer.
You can't say his pro record is, what, 4-0? You can't. You haven't fought a pro boxer.
Every person he's fought has been their fucking debut.
Yeah.
He's fought everybody in their debut.
So, like, fight someone that, like, I don't care if you fight a boxer that is 0-8. I would rather you fight them, and I would watch that. And if you won, I'd give you respect. And if you lost, I'd give you respect. Because you fought someone that's a boxer. You fought someone that's trained boxing for more than a quarter of a year. Like, so, go ahead. You can fight them. You're young. So what if you lose one fight? You're, what, 23?
He's like 20, 23, 26.
He's like 23 years old, isn't he?
24.
Is he? He's 24.
He's 24.
Yeah, he is 24 because there was a 15-year
50,
gap between him and Woodley. Again, of course, you're going to be, like, more lively and speedy. Woodley's 40 years old.
Yeah, he's 15 years older than you, Jake. Let's get a time machine. We'll fight you when he's 15 and you're 1. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Like, I just, like, I wish he would have just, like, picked a boxer. And now he's going to take a break, and he's going to come back, and he's probably going to say, oh, it's been a while, so I'm going to fight another
Oh, I need
MMA
a layup.
fighter.
I need a layup.
Oh, yeah, I can't, I need to get back into my groove, so I'm going to pick a guy that has no idea.
Bill Gates, I'm fighting you.
Yeah, he's going to start calling out, all right, Evan Tube HD.
Whoa. Hey.
You got 6 months, pal. Like, he's going to call it, he's definitely going to call it, like, a YouTuber. He's going to call it a YouTuber, or he's going to call it, like, some washed-up MMA fighter. I guarantee you. I don't, like... Or he's going to fight... I hope he fights Fury.
Yeah.
I hope he fights Fury. And I hope Fury knocks his ass out. Like... And I know Fury can knock his ass out. Because he has 4 knockouts. 4 knockouts, 7 wins, no losses. Fight Fury then. Alright? Like... People said it. And then he instantly flows it away. Like... Paul comes at him. And he, like, tells him how it is.
Thanks. Biker gang.
Look at this bike gang.
Big jump.
Anyway, like...
Oh, we got some trailers.
Holy man, there's so many 10-year-olds on bikes. Anyway, this Fury guy, he backed up his end of the deal. He won his fight, easy peasy, unanimous decision. You know, he wants to fight you because he wants to fucking kill you. All right, fight someone that has a reason. All right, like this guy's like trying to be up and coming, just like you're trying to be up and coming.
I think he's younger. He's 6. I think this Fury guy's like 6 foot, 6'1" maybe.
So same height.
Yep. Same
height. They're probably close to the same weight.
Yep.
They probably I know Fury's not been boxing that long.
Nope.
I know maybe 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, because when you see this face, you know it's funny.
Yeah, with Shaq. Anyway, I'd like to see some Jake Paul versus Fury.
Yeah.
And then after that, Tyson Fury. Imagine. Tyson Fury versus Jake Paul. Could you imagine?
One punch and he's dead.
You know that Fury versus whatever his name was? Fury. What? Who was that black guy that he fought?
I don't remember.
Wilder.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. Anyway, for that fight, Fury was almost 300 pounds. And he's like 6'7".
Yes, Fury.
Anyway, like, fight him. Fight him after this.
Thanks.
God. No, fight his little brother or whatever, his half-brother, I don't know. Anyway, like, fight them.
Facts.
That'll be a good fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Jake Paul would die and I would be entertained. And I would give him some respect. Because he finally fought a guy that's a boxer and a good boxer. And if he wins that, he can call himself a pro boxer. Until then, I'll call him a guy that literally like beats the shit out of amateurs. Literal amateurs. That's what you're fighting. You might as well come to KV, fight someone from Golden Gloves Boxing behind Foodland.
Like, meet me up behind Foodland.
Meet me behind Foodland at Golden Gloves Boxing. You might as well meet him there, man. Because, like, those guys have the same experience as Woodley does. So,
they got more.
Probably. That's the thing. Like, 10-year-old. Fight that kid from here that's the boxer.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, call Jake Paul a lizard because he want to get squished. Tyron Woodley.
Oh. God. Anyway, that's really our discussion on Paul. We'll have a quick discussion about this week's NFL. Who played on Friday? Who started off on Friday?
I can't remember. Friday. Lions and Colts.
So no one cares.
No one cares. And then Jets and Eagles.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one where the Eagles moment. Eagles were up by 2 scores and blew it in the final quarter. So
then Steelers and Panthers.
Okay, yeah, the Panthers walked all over them. Sam Darnold actually balled out.
Facts.
You know he's not going to ball out in regular season, so enjoy it while it lasts. Robbie Anderson looking skinny as hell.
Facts. And then Chiefs and Vikings.
Vikings, and I mean that again. Chiefs almost blew that one. They were up 21-3, and the final score was 28-25.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then it was Bills and Packers.
Bills shut out the Packers. Embarrassed Jordan Love, worst pick I've ever seen.
Ravens and football team.
I just know that Huntley is his name. He balled out. 5 touchdowns. He's basic. Well, he is a Lamar.
Facts.
Literally, he's like, what was his longest touchdown? Probably not that long. Did that say?
25.
25 was his longest?
25 yards.
Yeah, so he's literally Lamar. He'll drive the field. His running backs will get some yards. He'll probably run for some yards. And then he'll pass from inside the 30, get a touchdown. He had 4 passing touchdowns. Longest was 25, and he had 1 rushing. How long was his rushing?
10.
Exactly. So, all his plays come from inside the red zone, pretty much.
Then it was Bears and Titans.
Bears, that was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good game.
Justin Fields
I ain't even going to lie. Justin Fields, not a bad game from him. Had some good balls. Hork slam. Wow. What a game by Hork.
Oh, yeah. Hork Slam just had 3 touchdowns.
Hork slam on the Bears. What is he? Is he a tight end?
Yeah.
He's a tight end.
Yeah.
And he had 3 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
And one of them was a 30-40 yarder.
Yeah, the one-hand catch. No, that was more. It was like 50 or 45.
Was it? God.
It was 54 yards.
54-yard tight end touchdown.
Yep.
Y'all really let a touchdown up. 54-yard touchdown
on a one-hand
some
catch, too.
no-name tight end on a one-hander. Titans defense going out sad for that one.
Facts.
Anyway, that was a good game, and you just seen how the Titans really couldn't put it together if they didn't have Henry.
And they had Buccaneers versus Texans.
I didn't watch that at all.
No one did. Rams and Broncos.
I really didn't watch that either.
Yeah, no one did. Chargers and Seahawks.
The best team in the NFL, the Seahawks, right there.
They got shut out. Then we had Jags and Cowboys. Trevor Lawrence finally got a touchdown.
Hey. It was the easiest touchdown of his life. No one covered the guy.
Then it was Dolphin and Mangles.
I didn't watch that.
49ers and Raiders.
Who won that one?
49ers.
Yeah, that's expected.
Patriots and Giants. Mac Jones finally got a
Mac
touchdown.
Jones finally a tutty. Did you see, he left Cam Newton hanging?
Yeah.
Cam Newton walked the whole bench to get the...
He whacked him.
He's like, you already have more touchdowns than me.
Facts. Then Browns and Falcons, and then that was it.
Figured.
Josh Rosen touchdown.
Josh Rosen. Lost. Anyway, and apparently Deshaun Watson trying to make his trip to the Miami Dolphins.
Or Panthers, apparently.
I would love if he went to the Panthers. That would be fine with me.
Dolphins or Panthers?
Are Panthers NFC or AFC?
NFC.
So that's, yeah. Hey, Panthers can have them.
They're down
You
south.
want them, you can have them.
They're down south with the Buccaneers, the Falcons, the Saints.
You can have them if you want them. Like, go ahead, please. Take them.
Don't want Sean the Diddler on the
Take
Dolphins.
them. You can have them.
Trying to keep Tua turn the ball over.
But, I mean, and what else? Shaq Lawson got traded. He's average. He's a good, speed rush, but that's about it. Bills traded away Daryl Johnson this morning. You know, he's not that special, but we got a 6th-round pick for him, so I'll take that all day. I'll take a 6th-round pick if that means getting rid of a player that really doesn't do that much. Literally, all he did was special teams. So.
Come on, Daryl.
The name's Daryl, and he can't live up to it. So
Facts. Just based all Daryls.
Facts.
Casual.
Anyway, not really much to this weekend, other than the Paul fight, which was underwhelming.
Which every boxer's event is, really.
Now there's a big problem. Big problem. We ain't got no football for the next week, 2 weeks.
No football till Thursday.
Till Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Oh yeah. Till the next Thursday. So gonna have to hope for some drama happen in the next week. But anyway, until then, this has been Glen and Stu.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.